Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. This is Scott Reisch of Crime Talk. Today we're going to talk about the Brenda Delgado sentencing to life in prison for the death of dentist Kendra Hatcher. Sounds like Michelle Troconis is rolling on Photo Dulos in Connecticut. Jussie Smollett, I think we're going to get to the truth. And Southern Charm, the reality TV show based in Charleston, South Carolina. Let's talk about it. Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. This is Scott Reisch of Crime Talk. If you like our channel, please subscribe. Please hit the like button and please leave a comment. As many of you know, but for those who do not, my name is Scott Reisch. I am a practicing attorney here in Denver, Colorado. We followed the Watts case very intently, and we are following other criminal cases and providing perspective of someone who actually practices criminal defense law on a daily basis. We hope that you enjoy the content, and we hope that you enjoy the analysis that we provide. So let's talk about the death of Dr. Kendra Hatcher. Brenda Delgado has been sentenced to life in prison in the capital murder of dentist Kendra Hatcher. It took the jury just 20 minutes on Friday for jurors in Dallas County to return a guilty verdict. The defense didn't object to go to immediate sentencing as it was going to be a life without parole case, so they went ahead and moved forward. Prosecutors proved to jurors that Delgado hired Christopher Love and Crystal Cortez to kill Dr. Hatcher. The defendant, Brenda Delgado, had become obsessed with ex-boyfriend Ricardo Penguia and refused to let him go even when he moved on to date Hatcher. Christopher Love shot and killed Dr. Hatcher in her parking lot on September 2nd of 2015. He was convicted and sentenced to death last year. As for Cortez, she turned state's witness and testified against both defendants at their trials. Now, Delgado had fled to Mexico, but was ultimately apprehended in Mexico. This proved to be a pivotal case as to why there was only a life in prison sentence. When a defendant is extradited from Mexico, the United States and the state that will be conducting the trial has to guarantee to the country of Mexico that the person that they are extraditing back to the United States will not be prosecuted for the death penalty. That's what took place in this particular case, as why Ms. Delgado did not potentially receive a death penalty. This happens quite frequently. Here in the state of Colorado, we had a gentleman that was a dishwasher in a bar that was owned by then John Hickenlooper, bar manager. I think he was the mayor at the time. Then he went on to be governor, and now he wants to be president. Well, that gentleman shot and killed a police officer here in Denver. He fled to Mexico. They brought him back, and he had to be guaranteed that he would not be given the death penalty. This happens all the time. Mexico simply will not allow one of their citizens or anyone really to be extradited back to a state where the death penalty will be sought. When you have co-defendants involved in a case like that, it's always a tough decision for the prosecutors in the case to decide which person deserves to get the better deal. Do they cooperate? Are there just mitigating factors in their case that would not allow or even warrant a death penalty type of situation? The prosecutors made that decision in this particular case. Love got the death penalty. Delgado did not. And Cortez turned state's witness. Now, for those who haven't heard, the case of missing mother of 5, Jennifer Dulos, is continuing. The alleged paramour, Michelle Troconis, is speaking with the police as she is out on bond. Mr. Photos Dulos is still in custody, but if I was Mr. Photo Dulos, I would be getting very nervous right about now. As we have talked about, when we're talking about a multi-co-defendant case, at some point the prosecutor needs to decide whether a defendant or both of them will receive mercy or none at all. It also depends on what evidence exists and whether they can prove it without a necessary witness. We've talked about this in the Frazee matter. No body in that particular case of Kelsey Barrett. So what do they have to do? Make a deal with Crystal Lee Kenny. She got a smoking deal for basically being a co-conspirator in a murder case. She's looking at 18 months in prison. So Ms. Traconis is probably making a decision. Hey, this photo Dulos guy, may have been pretty fun to hang out with, probably had a few bucks. Maybe this could have been something good, but now she has to look at it in her own self-interest and say, is this the guy I want to go to prison for the rest of my life? Okay? Mr. Photos Dulos needs to be scared because anything he said to her can be used against him. It comes in as a statement of as a party opponent, okay? I get this question all the time. How can they use what I said to my friend, my girlfriend, against me? Well, that is a statement of a party opponent. Anything you say comes in. When it comes to the Miranda rights, the Supreme Court created that rule under Miranda v. Arizona and said, we're going to even warn you when it comes to police, anything you say can and will be used against you. But they don't give you that warning that anything you say to anyone else can and will be used against you. Mr. Photos Dulos, not looking good, buddy. Now let's talk about the case of Jussie Smollett. For those of you who haven't heard about this, Jussie Smollett is the actor who was on the Fox television network show Empire. Mr. Smollett, not exercising very good judgment, got a couple of his actor buddies, personal trainer friends, to basically stage a beating. He wanted to allege that it was a racially / homophobic assault against him, and he alleged that he was beaten up by a few gentlemen on the street wearing Make America Great Again hats, and that a noose was put around his neck. He ultimately made it home and made the call to the police. Well, guess what? Now that call has been released along with some 300 pages of those Jussie Smollett documents investigation.
Chicago Emergency, William.
Yes, I'm at Hello?
Okay.
Yeah,
what's going on?
I just need the police to come by. I work with an artist. I don't really want to say his name, but he stayed here. He went to Subway. He was walking by, and some guys, I don't know, they jumped him or something like that. And I just want to report it and make sure he's all right.
Okay, so we just checking the well-being. Okay, so
yeah.
Is this upper or lower?
Huh?
Okay.
I'm waiting in the lobby. I'm going to go back up to the apartment.
Okay, so you're going back to the apartment, so you're just going to leave him there?
Yeah, I came down because I didn't realize the address. I didn't realize the address, and, he was cool. He didn't want me to call you guys, but I feel like he needs to make a report.
Okay, so you can't make the report for him. Did he want to make a report?
No, he that's why I'm doing it. He's definitely going to make the report. I'm going to make him make the report. Okay, because.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, it is.
This is right, sir? Right behind the Lowe's Hotel on the side.
Okay. All right, and what unit is the police coming for?
Sir.
Okay, so that's the apartment.
Yes. And the front desk guy here is sitting here.
And what is your name, sir?
My name is.
Does your friend need an ambulance?
I just think he's startled. What's really weird, ma'am, just because I'm scared, I don't know what it is. They put a noose around his neck. You know, they didn't do anything with it, but it's around his neck. That's really fucked up to me. Sorry for saying it like that. Hello?
Okay, and what is your phone number, just in case the police need to call you? Okay, and this is a well-known person?
Yes, it is.
All right, watch for the police.
Sorry?
I said watch for the police.
All right, so I'm going to go back up to the apartment. Okay?
Right,
okay.
That's okay. I'll tell the police. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All
thank you so
sir.
much, okay?
All right, good luck,
okay,
you guys. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
January 29, 2019, 2 hours, 38 minutes, and 7 seconds.
Chicago Emergency, leave out.
Hello?
911, hello.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the police.
Okay, what address?
I forgot the address.
I'm going to need an address, or at least... And what's going on?
No, I reported. I've been waiting on the police.
Are you in Lower Water Street or Upper?
Upper.
Okay, so what's going on that you needed the police?
The person I work for, my friend, he was just mugged on the streets, and we just trying to report it.
He was what on the streets?
I guess he was jumped or something.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is... I thought they would be here by now.
Okay, because, I mean, from what I'm showing here, they might have gone to Lower. That's why I'm asking you. So you're in Upper, correct?
We're in the upper part of it. I'm going down to the lobby and see if they're around.
Okay, and was this in what building? What's the name of the building?
They're in upper...
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello? Do you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay, so are you near 316 East North Water or where? Okay, because is coming up at Lower. There's no Upper.
There is an Upper. It's right near the Sheraton Hotel. No one's come? People always get it mistaken as Upper and Lower, but... It's between the Sheraton and the Lowe's on the upper level.
You said between Sheridan. Okay, I'm not showing where the Sheridan is, so right now it's coming up as Lower if you want to do 340.
343, the number 3, right?
Correct.
340. So if they just come to the Lowe's Hotel, that's the landmark.
To what?
Right?
To what hotel?
It's attached to the Lowe's Hotel, ma'am.
Lowe's Hotel?
Yeah.
Let me see if that comes up.
And the Sheraton is right next to that, so it's between the Lowe's and the Sheraton.
Spell the name of the hotel.
Lowes.
Lowes. Let's see if that comes up. That does not come up in the system here.
What doesn't come up about it? The hotel?
So right now, okay, so how far are you from the one?
Here they are.
How far? You found them?
Yeah, they're pulling up now.
Okay.
These documents are being released because People were so outraged by the disposition that Mr. Smollett reached in his particular case. If I was Mr. Smollett's attorney, I would be saying, I am the greatest attorney ever. Great disposition. Basically, dismissal of the case with some useful public service. Good for him. He got a good deal. To the rest of the public, you should be outraged because documents have come out that the district attorney, Kimberly Field, has not recused herself as she had represented herself as doing. Documents clearly show that the fix was in to make this case go away from the beginning, and that's simply not fair. Our judicial system was founded on the fundamental principle that everyone that goes before the court is treated the same. Nobody cares who your mom is. Nobody cares what your status is. Nobody cares how much money you make. You're simply to be treated equally the same. There's no way that anybody else in the city of Chicago, Cook County, would have got this same deal for the allegations alleged, but for Mr. Smollett and Mr. Smollett's family and friends asking the district attorney to cut him a deal. Now you may ask yourself, where can I look at all of these documents, all the police reports prepared by the district attorney? Where can I review all these documents, everything prepared by the Chicago Police Department? You can go to scottreisch.com, and all 300 plus pages of the Jussie Smollett police paperwork is there. This case was sealed. It was then unsealed by the court, and there's still an inquiry going on. And I still think that some people involvement in this case will probably wind up getting more punishment than Mr. Smollett did. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now I'd like to talk about a case going on in South Carolina. I consider South Carolina to be my adopted second state. All right? I fell in love with South Carolina when I was stationed in the Marine Corps down there in Parris Island, South Carolina. I still have a home down there. I love it. Just recently finished a case in South Carolina in federal court, and I try to find any reason I can to go back specifically to Charleston. I love the city. I love the character. I love that bridge. But now, every time I see that bridge, it reminds me of Thomas Ravenel. Now, it wasn't named after Thomas Ravenel. It was named after his father and grandfather, and his family's been around forever. But this Thomas Ravenel is a former state representative who had to resign because he pled guilty to purchasing cocaine and went to prison for 10 months. But then he became a figure on Southern Charm, a reality TV show based in Charleston, South Carolina. I watch it occasionally for just the sights and sounds of South Carolina. But what this Thomas Ravenel's managed to do is he is in his late 50s, and he likes to date usually younger women, and that's kind of one of the plots of this particular case is his machinations with Catherine Dennis, who was some 30 years his junior and had 2 kids, and she went to rehab, and it's on again, off again. It's a complete mess. And this Ravenel guy just seems to always get himself into trouble. And he has now criminal charges that have been pending for almost 2 years now as it relates to a battery and an assault, where it's alleged that he basically attacked his nanny and tried to put his privates in her face. He's also settled a lawsuit with a woman that he dated, and he paid her several hundreds of thousands of dollars, and there's a confidentiality, non-disclosure agreement in that particular case. So I've said this before. There are 2 types of people in the world, those that are humble and those that are about to be. Everything seems to indicate that he is just another spoiled guy born with a silver spoon in his mouth that thinks that he's entitled to just about anything and everyone, and the rules don't apply to him. Well, the trial is going to be forthcoming. He's apparently turned down offers, and it's going to be very, very interesting. But that being said, he must be the greatest gift for his attorneys because he has a lot of money and he's always in trouble. He's one of these people that can truly create drama around himself. We're going to continue to watch this case because it's from South Carolina. I love the state. And we'll see if maybe he's totally innocent, which he is presumed to be, or whether he is going to be found guilty. And at this particular point, he really doesn't have to worry about a felony conviction. Why? Because he already has one for his felony drug distribution charge. And finally, tomorrow we are going live, Saturday, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's 12 Central for Central Time and 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific. All right. Hope you will tune in. We are going to take questions. We're going to talk about all the cases we've talked about. Anything you all want to talk about, we will talk about. We're going to plan on going for at least 1 hour, and we'll see how it goes from there. Thank you for watching. Please like the channel. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. We appreciate you watching. Have a great day.